Hello, explorers. Have you ever wondered what kind of magic might be hidden in a story? Buckle up, we're diving into a world full of wonders right now.
In the distant Misty Mountains, dragons of all colors and sizes lived. They were known for their power and courage, especially for their ability to breathe fire, which they used to light up the sky on the darkest nights. However, among them was a young dragon named Spark, whose reputation was, in fact, a source of mockery. He was afraid of fire. While his brothers and sisters competed to see who could shoot the biggest flames, Spark hid in the shadows, ashamed. He had tried to breathe fire several times, but instead of flames, only smoke came out of his mouth. His mother, a wise dragoness named Zafira, tried to comfort him. "Spark, fire is not your enemy," she said in her deep voice. "It lives inside you. When you learn to trust it, you will be the strongest among us." But Spark didn't believe it. He preferred to fly alone, far from the caves filled with laughter and critical looks. One morning, a dragon from another kingdom brought urgent news to the Misty Mountains. Draco, the black dragon and ruler of a distant kingdom, had stolen the Fire Stone, a magical artifact that maintained the balance between the elements in the region. Without the stone, the dormant volcanoes began to awaken and the sky became filled with ash. The elder dragons decided to send a group to recover the Fire Stone. The group was made up of 3 warriors, each with unique abilities and unshakable courage. Zafira, Fagulha's mother, seeing the perfect opportunity, said to Varnak, the greatest warrior of the group, "My son will go with you." Silence fell over the dragon, who soon burst out laughing and replied, "The dragon who is afraid of fire? He will be a burden." Zafira lifted her head with dignity. Sometimes courage comes from where we least expect it. Thus, Fagulha was included in the group, which also consisted of Lúmia, a golden-scaled dragoness known for her intelligence, and Azor, the guardian of the Firestone. The group set out toward the shadowy kingdom of Draco. Along the way, they faced challenges that tested their abilities. A magical storm nearly knocked them out of the sky, and an enchanted forest tried to trap them with its vines. With each danger, Fagulha discovered something about himself. Although he couldn't breathe fire, his skills were essential for avoiding traps. One night, while they were camping by the edge of a river of lava, Lúmia sat down next to Fagulha. "Why are you so afraid of fire?" she asked gently. Fagulha sighed and replied, "When I was a hatchling, I tried to breathe fire, but I lost control and almost set the cave on fire. Since then, the heat makes me relive that moment." Lúmia smiled. "Fire is unpredictable, but it is also beautiful. Maybe, instead of fearing it, you should try to understand it." When they arrived at the shadowy kingdom, they were met by an army of shadows, creatures made of smoke and coal. Varnak led the attack, breathing fire with fury, but the shadows seemed endless. Fagulha, even though afraid, flew high to observe the battlefield. The group decided to split up. While Varnak and Azor distracted the shadows, Fagulha and Lúmia flew toward the tower. At the top, they found Draco, a huge dragon with black scales that gleamed like burning coal. He was holding the Firestone in his claws. "You came to take this back?" he roared, unleashing a burst of flame that made the walls tremble. Fagulha froze in fear, but Lúmia stepped forward. "The stone belongs to all the kingdoms. You can't keep it for yourself." Draco laughed. "Come and get it if you can." Lúmia tried to fight, spitting golden flames, but Draco was too strong. When she was knocked down, Fagulha felt something awaken inside him. Without thinking, he flew toward Draco, and an intense battle began. Draco tried to crush him with his claws while Fagulha used his speed and intelligence to hold out. But it wasn't enough. The young dragon fell beside Lúmia, exhausted and fearing the worst. When he looked at his injured friend, something changed inside him. He remembered all the words of his mother, Zafira, and the trust that Lúmia had placed in him. Fagulha felt an energy pulse within his soul. His body shone with an intense blue light, as if the Firestone was channeling its power into him. In an instant, he transformed. His scales glowed blue and a vibrant, powerful blue flame emerged from his mouth. "So you have power too. Let's see who's stronger," roared Draco, unleashing a black flame that seemed to swallow the very light around it. Fagulha did not hesitate. With a mighty roar, he shot out his blue flame. The two flames collided in the air, creating an explosion of light and heat that shook the tower and made the surrounding shadows vanish. When the light finally faded, Draco was lying on the ground, defeated. Fagulha felt that there was something different about him. It wasn't just the power of the blue flame, but the certainty that he had overcome his greatest fear and discovered who he truly was. With the Firestone recovered, the group set off back to the Misty Mountains. The sun shone brightly, and nature seemed to celebrate their victory. Lúmia, still recovering, looked at Fagulha with admiration. "You are amazing, Fagulha," she said. "Never doubt who you are. Your fire is special." When they arrived at the Misty Mountains, they were greeted with shouts of joy and celebration. Varnak, who had once mocked Fagulha, bowed his head in respect. "You showed us that courage comes from where we least expect it," he said. Zafira, with a proud smile, approached her son. "I knew you had a great destiny, Fagulha. Your blue fire is a symbol of something greater, the union between fear and courage." That night, Fagulha lifted his head and released his first blue flame in front of everyone. His flames lit up the sky, reflecting off the dragons, a pure fire full of hope. Fagulha realized that he had overcome his fear and had become a symbol of strength. His greatest weakness became his power, and he was chosen as the new guardian of the Firestone.
That was wild, wasn't it? Like the video? Subscribe to the channel and invite your friends. Another adventure is waiting for you right here.